swung on, driven. Season comes off the bat of Ben Rushing.
Breaking ball line towards third base. Diving is Daniel Cruz. He makes the catch. Wow, what a play.
Gets green light swinging, 3-0. Drives one deep out into left field. Back at the wall. It is out of here. Home run, Chris Gambert.
Swung to the first pitch, drives it out to right field. It is deep, and it will carry over the wall for a homer. It is a 3-run shot to opposite field off the bat of Chris Gambert.
Copperheads Baseball is presented by Ohio Health and by Ambassador Laundry, Athens Chambers of Commerce, Athens County Convention and Visitors Bureau, The Cat's Eye, Classic Brands, Donato's Pizza, Dan Inman Electric, Echoing Hills, Edward Jones, Ballgreen Moortime, Holiday Inn Express, Jackie O's, Kona Ice, Rocky Brands, Stephanie Wood and Ohio Realty, Shauna Stump, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh, Union Street Diner, Ohio University Credit Union, and Wendy's.
Live from Salina, Ohio and Montgomery Field, it's the Southern Ohio Copperheads visiting the Grand Lake Mariners. Hello and welcome into the broadcast, everyone. I'm Connor Mills alongside Joey Medora. The Copperheads coming in with a record of 4-8 as they'll host the Mariners, or they'll visit the Mariners, who are at only 4-4 this season, had a couple rainouts this year, and just trying to get games in any way that they can. But for the Copperheads, they got swept in their last series against the Hamilton Joes. The Joes leading the division now with the 9-3 record. For the Copperheads, it'll be a upwards climb to try to get back into the division.
Yeah, and it really was a tough series against the Joes. You know, lost the first game via walk-off 2-1 on a great outing from Cesaro when he pitched 8 innings, only giving up 1 run. But the bottom of the night kind of got away from the Copperheads a little bit, a little flare out in the left center field, a little confusion on who to call it off, so they lose that game 2-1. Then they dropped the next game when they blew a lead late in the 7th inning and lost the finale as well. So they're going to have to rally here and try to start the wins coming back in and get on a roll here.
We'll take a quick break for the national anthem and be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic Brands, Budweiser, and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Back inside Montgomery Field, we'll run through the starting lineups and starting pitchers for the Copperheads and the Grand Lake Mariners.
So it's Thomas Zera leading off, playing second base for the Copperheads. Batting second in right field, Sebastian Fabic third, and DHing Chris Gambert. Cleanup in left field, Carter Cross. Batting fifth in center field, Lucas Nasanti. Sixth at third base, Daniel Cruz. Seventh behind the dish, Scott Combs. Eighth at third base, Tanner Glass. And rounding out the order at ninth, playing shortstop, Phil Glasser. And for the Mariners, Jared Burrick. Playing center field, leading off, Sean Dixon second, Oliver Campbell third, Noah Thigpen fourth, Jared Hunt fifth, Donald Stone sixth, Carson Eddy seventh, Cole Kitty eighth, and Thomas Eitner rounding out the order, batting ninth. Pitching for the Copperheads is Zach Iverson. And taking the mound for the Mariners this one is the lefty Josh Courier out of Valparaiso.
Starting pitcher tonight for Grand Lake,
Well, thank you, Joey Medor. And now it's time for Copperheads baseball. Leading things off here in the top of the first inning, it'll be Thomas Zazaro, Sebastian Fabic, followed by Chris Gambert. Gambert designated hitting in today's game. As throwing the rubber is Josh Courier. Pitching from the stretch to his catcher, Kitty. First pitch into Zazaro is taken in for a called strike, 0-1. For Zazaro so far on the season, Zazaro is 5 for 23 as a fastball is taken a bit high. 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count as Zazaro comes in with a .217 batting average. As Courier's ready, and the 1-1 is taken just a bit low. 2 balls and a strike. For Zazaro, 4 runs, 5 RBIs. Does have an extra base hit. It's a triple as a fastball is taken on the inside corner. Brings the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count. Nobody out here in the top of the first inning as Courier's pitch to Zazaro swung on and lifted out towards the right side and out of play. As you can tell by our positioning here, we're again on the first base side, but we're elevated and roofed over here in the press box. Fairly new, 2nd year in existence after a tornado ran through Salina a couple years ago, as now a fastball is grounded out short to third base. The throw will not be in time. Thomas Zazaro has an infield single. It's a swinging bunt from Zazaro, and he picks up his 6th hit of the season.
Swinging bunt is right, but it looks like there's going to be a talk between the umpires as if the ball hit Zazaro in the box. I thought it might have. It looked like it went straight down, might have caught him around the foot or something, then rolled down the third baseline. I mean, if it didn't hit him, it would have been a tough play either way for the third baseman, Thigpen, as Zazaro very speedy out of the box. And the ruling is it's going to be a fair ball. So an infield single for Zazaro to lead off the game.
Yeah, Brent Kreidner, the home plate umpire, and Theron Butler, the field umpire, got together and said, yes, Zazaro, that's an infield single. So Zazaro was on first with the infield single, and Sebastian Fabic. Fabic 19 for 44 this season, batting at a clip of .432 with a .519 on-base percentage. As the lefty deals, it's a fastball just low and outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Nobody out here in the top of the first inning. No score between the Copperheads and the Grand Lake Mariners. This is interdivision play as Zazaro goes back standing. A check over from the lefty Courier.
And of course, since being a lefty facing that first base bag, you always got to wait to see when they make their move towards home before you can get too far off the bag.
As now the second pitch to Sebastian Fabic, taken a bit inside. 2 balls, no strikes. For Josh Courier, out of Valparaiso University in Monica, Illinois. That's where he's from, as a fastball's in for a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out in the top of the first. Born November 12, 1998. He was a junior this year, as ground ball over towards the right side. Michael Blatchford dancing, tried to get in the way of it to try to cool it down, but just hit too hard along the first base side. Count is even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Courier again does not have a decision on the season, has started in 2 games. As this one's a ball right through the right side of the infield, gets into right field through the hole on the right side, in for a base hit. So back-to-back singles here in the top of the first inning for Thomas Zazaro and Sebastian Fabic, and now the hottest hitter in the GLSCL, the player of the week, Chris Gambert, strolling up to the plate.
But yeah, how about Fabic just all season long been really impressed with how much he's willing to go the opposite way with the ball. Never tries to do too much. Always takes that outside pitch to right field rather than try to pull off and, you know, have some weak contact. He hits it hard the other way and got himself another base hit.
First pitch into Chris Gambert's in for a called strike, 0-1. And just taking it the other way is something that Coach Austin Dunphy talked about on the bus. The Copperheads have 108 strikeouts this season as a ground ball over towards short. Could be 2. The flip over to 2 for 1 and the throw to first in time a 6-4-3 double play. But now there's a runner 90 feet away from scoring for the Copperheads here on the top of the top of the first.
Yep, that's exactly what you want to do. After you give a back-to-back single to start the ball game, you know, Gambert's been hot lately, but he gets him to roll over one to short, easy double play ball, as that's where the infielders were positioned. Tailor-made, 6-4-3. And now the threat could be eliminated. Let's see if Cross can come through with 2 outs.
Carter Cross, first pitch swing as he fouls it back and out of play, 0-1. So Cesaro reached with the single, a swinging bunt single. Sebastian Fabric punched it through the opposite side. And then Chris Gambert grounded out into a 6-4-3 double play as there are 2 outs here in the top of the first inning with a runner on third. The 0-1 into Carter Cross, ground ball over towards short, takes it on a hop. The throw is right on the mark for the third out here in the top of the first. So after the first 2 batters for the Copperheads get on base, a double play and a ground out erases the threat in the top of the first inning. We'll be right back in the bottom of the first on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom of the first inning here at Montgomery Field. It'll be Jared Burek, Sean Dixon, and Oliver Campbell all due up for the Grand Lake Mariners, as there's no score between the Copperheads and the Mariners. Cesaro and Fabric both had singles, but a double play and a ground out erased any sort of a threat in the top half of the inning, as Zach Iverson will make his start here today. Third start of the season for Iverson, as first pitch swing is Burek for strike 1. 0-1 the count as Iverson works quickly. Fastball right down the middle and swung on and missed by Jared Burek. Quickly the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 is taken outside and a bit high for ball 1. For Cesaro out of Charlotte, North Carolina and Michigan State University. Sports a 1.27 ERA as a fastball is taken just a bit high. Brings the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Iverson from the windup, and the righty deals just a bit low. Count is now run full to Jared Burek. The 3-2 is swung on and lifted out towards the right side, and that one will go out of play. For Jared Burek out of Talmadge, Ohio, 6 foot, 180 pounds from Wright State University, where he was a freshman, batting .231 as a payoff pitch is swung on. This one's lifted out into shallow right field, but coming in to make the one-hand grab is Sebastian Fabric. With that, we'll run through the defensive alignment for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Out in left field is Carter Cross. Lucas Nasante's out in center. Sebastian Fabric in right. Daniel Cruz, he's a man at third base today with Phil Glasser playing short. Thomas Cesaro, he's at second. And Tanner Glass making his first start in the field. He's at first. Iverson on the mound. Scot Combs behind the plate. First pitch is swung on and fouled straight back to Sean Dixon. 0-1. For Sean Dixon on the season, batting .316, has 6 hits and 19 at-bats as he takes a pitch low. Brings count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Dixon from Norman, Oklahoma, and the University of Tennessee Martin grounds one over towards shortstop. Glasser has it, throws it over to Glass in time. A little spinorama from Glasser at short to get a nice looking play. 6-3 putouts.
Yeah, real tough play up the middle there. Had to range over to his left, field it, and then make the spinning throw, and it was a beauty. So he came off through a right-on target to the chest of Tanner Glass at first base. So Glasser to Glass, and 2 outs now.
A connection that could be worth noting later on during the season. First pitch into Oliver Campbell, missed for a ball, 1-0. Second pitch, this one's lifted out into left field, ranging back and over towards left center field, making the one-hand grab is Carter Cross. So an easy inning here for Zach Iverson as the Grand Lake Mariners go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. Copperheads come to the plate in the top of the second. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio. Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women, footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Lucas Nasanti will lead things off here in the top of the second inning, as there's no score between the Copperheads and the Mariners. For the Copperheads, well, they've been able to get their hits. They're 4th in the GLSCL with 105 hits, make it 107 with the 2 hits here in today's game. As a pitch from Josh Currier is a ground ball over towards short, backhanded by the shortstop Eitner, and the throw in time to get the first out here on the top of the second inning. So you never want to talk about pace of play up here in a press box, but it's been a lot of early pitches being put in play, resulting in outs to quicken the pace of what is happening.
So far right now, but I mean, as we heard before the game, Coach Dunphy talked about the strikeout issue, how they have 108 strikeouts in 108 innings so far this season. So, you know, really an emphasis in batting practice today, working on putting the ball in play, you know, making the defense have to make the plays out there. Obviously, when you're striking out, it puts no pressure on the defense at all. So that's something they want to address as we move forward throughout the season.
So Lucas Nasanti was the one who grounded out to short to begin things here on the top of the second, and now Daniel Cruz, who put one over the fence as he grounds one hard over towards third. The throw is right on the mark for a 5-3 putouts. So Daniel Cruz goes down on a ground out to third. And just to finish the thought on Cruz, Cruz put one out in batting practice that made everybody kind of open their eyes a little bit, because Chris Gambert has been the only one putting it over the fence besides Ben Rushing this season. Copperheads only have 3 home runs on the early year.
That's the thing. Another thing Coach Dunphy mentioned, obviously if you're a team that...
Well, ground ball, not surprising, over towards short. Scot Combs grounds out to the shortstop Eitner. It's 3 ground ball outs here in the top of the second inning. Lucas Nasanti, Daniel Cruz, and Scot Combs all go down in order as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Things are moving quickly here at Montgomery Field. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
The Copperheads Media Network.
All
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with...
Hey, I'm Scot Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Scot Combs grounded out to short to end things in the top half of the second as we're here in the bottom of the second. Still no score between the Copperheads and the Mariners. There are only two hits going in favor for the Copperheads. Those were Thomas Cesaro picking up a infield single and Sebastian Fabic singling out into right. The first pitch into Noah Thigpen is swung on and fouled back. Brings the count to 0-1. It'll be Noah Thigpen, Jared Hunt, and Donald Stone, the designated hitter, all due up here in the bottom half of the inning. As Iverson working from the windup, he deals as that ball is fouled back, brings the count to no balls and 2 strikes. For Noah Thigpen out of the University of Tennessee, Martin, as the 0-2 is taken low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hometown of Jackson, Mississippi. Batting .240 on the season, has 6 hits and 25 at-bats. 3 doubles, though, as that one is outside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, with nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. As Zach Iverson pitches, swung on and found straight back to the net. And he'll do it all over again. Count remains at 2-2.
Yeah, the one thing about Iverson so far this season, 14 strikeouts to 3 walks. So you know he's throwing a lot of strikes. You're going to make them make contact, and you'll allow them to put the ball in play, let his defense make plays, which has been the good formula for the Copperheads so far this season.
Well, the righty from the windup deals, and this one is swung on and driven deep out into left field. And that'll go and one hop the wall. Rounding first and heading for second base is Noah Thigpen. He'll go in standing for his 7th hit. He picks up his 4th double. Thigpen is just a double machine.
Nobody out. Runner at second.
Yeah, he jumped all over that 2-strike pitch. Iverson caught too much of the plate there. Thigpen got out in front of it, roped it down the left field line. As a runner in scoring position with nobody out.
Well, Thigpen doesn't normally have a lot of people in front of him. Only has 2 RBIs so far. However, the Grand Lake Mariners only have played 8 games thus far. Sport a record of 4-4. As now Jared Hunt will stand in from the left side. First pitch to Hunt. He tries to bunt it, but the ball is high. It was a ball as the bunt was pulled back. So Jared Hunt has a 1-ball, no strike count with nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Jared Hunt on the early season for him, batting .273 as from the stretch, this one is bunted up the first base line. First baseman Glass flips it over to the pitcher Iverson, who is covering the bag. And now there's 1 out, but a runner 90 feet away from scoring for the Grand Lake Mariners here in the bottom of the second inning.
Yep, this regular sack bunt there. Hunt doing the job. He's able to get it down the first base line to the right side where there's no question whether Thigpen will get the third base or not. And that's just going to take a fly ball to get the first run of the game in.
Well, the designated hitter now, Donald Stone, does not have a hit in 15 at-bats. As Zach Iverson, his first pitch is a ground ball over towards third. It was backhanded by Cruz. He didn't get it. The throw is in time for the out. Daniel Cruz, after bobbling the backhand, goes into foul territory and throws across the diamond to get Donald Stone out and keep him hitless on the season.
Well, I mean, just great play all around there. Daniel Cruz first to get a glove on that hot shot off the bat of Stone, knocks it down, stays with it, makes a strong throw. But how about the stretch by Glass at first to record the out? That's a big one, keeping that runner at third base.
Well, with 2 away here in the bottom of the second inning, the first pitch to Carson Eddy is taken for a ball, 1-0. for Carson Eddy from Birmingham, Alabama and Samford University. 5 hits and 17 at-bats, batting .294 as he takes a pitch for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom 2. Copperheads looking to avoid allowing a run this inning. Standing on third is Noah Thigpen. He led things off with a double. The 1-1 pitch is blocked in the turf by the catcher Scot Combs. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. For Carson Eddy, doesn't have an extra base hit, only has 1 RBI, 5 walks to 4 strikeouts. As now this one is flown out into left center field. Ranging over is Lucas Nasanti making the one-hand grab, and the side is retired. So after a leadoff double by Noah Thigpen, Zach Iverson is able to settle down and get 3 outs as Hunt, Stone, and Carson Eddy all go down. No score here at the end of 2. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. With Ohio Realty, she will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call at 594-8385.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning.
My name is Chris Gambit from Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to all my Bellarmine Knights. You're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Tanner Glass, Phil Glasser, and then the top of the order for the Southern Ohio Copperheads here in the top of the 3rd inning. No score between these two teams as the Mariners came close to scoring in the bottom of the 2nd inning, but Zach Iverson was able to get out of the inning unscathed as first pitch swinging is Tanner Glass. He grounds it over toward short. The throw right on the mark again for out number 1. So it looks like the Copperheads have taken heed to the words of manager Austin Dunphy.
1 up and 1 down. That'll bring up the shortstop.
However, they haven't been able to turn any of them into hits. They're not striking outs, but a lot of outs are now coming on the ground, but they're putting the ball in play.
That they are. A lot of strikes being thrown by Courier early on in this game. He's just shoving in the zone, letting his defense make plays.
First pitch to Phil Glasser is in for a ball, 1-0. For Phil Glasser on the season, 7 hits and 34 at-bats, batting .206, getting on base at .349 as a fastball rides high. 2 balls and no strikes. Glasser out of Youngstown State in Talmadge, Ohio. 6 runs, 2 RBIs, 2 extra base hits, both for walks, or both for doubles. As now that pitch is in for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, or 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out. The 2-1 is swung on and missed. Brings the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. For Philip Glasser, has walked 7 times, has struck out 10 times. Is 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts. As the 2-2 here misses low in the turf. So the count is run full now to Phil Glasser, and that's something that we've grown accustomed to seeing over the last couple weeks. Glasser will see a lot of pitches and work full counts.
Well, it's big, especially after just a 4-pitch inning last inning for Courier, so good at-bat here from Glasser.
He goes down swinging, the first strikeout of the day for Josh Courier, and now Thomas Azera will stand in at the plate.
2 gone, nobody on. Back to the top of the batting order.
Azera last time up, he singled in the infield, a little roller up the third base line. Thigpen couldn't get there in time. Ball quite possibly could have bounced off his leg, but Umpires came together, decided it was a swinging bunt, as now the first pitch to Cesaro misses low and inside, 1-0. Cesaro batting .350 here in the GLSCL last season, looking to raise his batting average, as coming into the day was .217 as the last ball missed. 2 balls and no strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the third inning, as Cesaro now flies this one out into left center field. This one's back at the wall, and it is out of here. Thomas Cesaro goes deep for the first time this season and brings the Southern Ohio Copperheads on top here in the top of the third inning, 1-0.
Well, how about that swing from Cesaro? Gets up in the count 2-0, gets a pitch he likes right over the heart of the plate, and he just absolutely crushes it out towards that 360 sign in left center field. And Cesaro, not the biggest power guy this past spring in college, but showing it off right there.
Thomas Cesaro going deep for the first time this season. It's the Copperheads 1, the Grand Lake Mariners nothing. And for Cesaro, it was a weak ball hit up the third base line, but there was nothing weak about that hit, as now Sebastian Fabic rounds one up the middle. Little bobble by the shortstop Eitner, but he throws Fabic out in time to retire the side, but not before Cesaro gives the Copperheads a lead as we head into the bottom of the third inning. It's the Copperheads 1, Mariners nothing. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information.
Hi, this is Thomas Cesaro from Lee University, and you're listening to the Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom of the third inning, Copperheads 1, Mariners nothing. Cesaro goes deep for the first time this season as Iverson toes the rubber with the lead here in the bottom of the third. It'll be Cole Kitty, the catcher, followed by Thomas Eitner, and then the top of the lineup for the Grand Lake Mariners. As the first pitch is swung on, driven out into center field, a line drive that's caught right by the center fielder, Lucas Nasanti. 1 pitch, 1 out to begin things in the bottom of the third.
1 pitch and 1 out. That now brings up the Grand Lake shortstop.
Thomas Eitner, the shortstop, comes to the plate now.
From Ottawa Lake, Michigan, and the University of Toledo.
As for Eitner, out of Ottawa Lake, Michigan, and the University of Toledo, batting .261 on the season, has 6 hits and 23 at-bats, 2 doubles, 6 RBIs, as he's first pitch swinging and bangs it off the relatively brand-new press box here at Montgomery Fields. 0-1 the count. Eitner in his last game went 1 for 4, as the pitch from Iverson misses for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike with only 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. The 1-1 is swung on and fouled straight back, brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Eitner in his last game against the St. Clair Green Giants up in Canada, as the 1-2 is taken on the inside. Corner, strike 3 called. First strikeout of the day for Zach Iverson.
2 outs, nobody aboard. We go back up top for Grand Lake. Leadoff hitter.
That's the real nice spot there on that 1-2 pitch for Iverson. Right on, paints the black on the inside corner. Nothing that Eitner could do with that pitch besides watch it go by for strike 3. And a quick 2 outs for Iverson now.
Well, relatively same scorecards on both sides. As the first pitch to Jared Burek misses for a ball. It was 8-9-1 in the top of the third as a ball goes foul down the left field line. No balls and 1 strike. Both strike out the 9th batter as a ground ball right back up the middle for Jared Burek. He picks up the 2nd hit of the day for the Grand Lake Mariners as they have a 2-out base runner in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So Jared Burke is 1 for 2, and Sean Dixon will come in and bat from the right side. Dixon grounded out to short his first time up on a nice play made by Phil Glasser, ranging into the middle of the field, making a spin and throwing it on target. His first pitch now to Sean Dixon is fouled back 0-1. The 0-1 is another swing and a foul off. Zach Iverson's quickly ahead on the count now. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Copperheads 1, Mariners nothing. They do have a 2-out base runner on first as Iverson's ready. From the stretch, he deals a fastball high for ball 1. 1-2 the count now.
Just a waste pitch there from Iverson. Tried to get him to go add something up above the letters. It just kind of overthrew that one a little too high to get Dixon swinging.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Iverson's pitch off speed gets him looking, strike 3 called, and the side is retired. So after a 2-out single, Zach Iverson's able to pick up 2 strikeouts here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and we'll throw it over to Joey Medore for the middle innings as the Copperheads hold a 1-0 lead over the Grand Lake Mariners. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ball Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.ballgreenmortine.com.
You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life. Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility, lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Top of the 4th inning in this first game between the Southern Ohio Copperheads and the Great Lake Mariners. As it's Chris Gambert leading off for the Copperheads. He's first ball swinging back to the mound, fielded by the pitcher. Flips it over to first, no problem. 1 pitch, 1 out, and Chris Gambert is retired to start the top of the 4th inning. As Josh Curria stays on the mound for the Mariners. And now Carter Cross, the cleanup hitter, will dig in. He grounded out the shortstop his first time up. As Copperheads lead it 1-0 here as Thomas Cesaro blasted a solo shot in the top of the 3rd inning for the only run of the ball game so far. First pitch into Carter Cross, taking at the letters for a strike, 0-1. As Cross out of the University of Nebraska takes that pitch inside, 1-1. Cross now in his 5th start for the Copperheads this season. So far 4 for 16 with a double, 3 RBIs for a .250 average. His last game was June 15th versus the Joes, where he went 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI. As he takes the 1-1 pitch low, 2-1. As coming set, Curry at the belt, working out of the stretch, and he bounces that one into Carter Cross, and now he's in the driver's seat, 3-1.
Well, I haven't seen a walk issued at all today, as both pitchers have been firing into the strike zone, getting ground ball outs. One of the few fly balls was out of the park for Cesaro.
So the 3-1 into Carter Cross from Courier's taken low and inside for a ball, so Carter Cross will work a 1-out walk, and Lucas Nasanti will dig in with a runner on first, 1 away in the top of the 4th.
Well, a lot of contact is being made for the Copperheads here today. Again, manager Austin Dunphy mentioned we want to try to cut down on the strikeouts. And so far, the Copperheads have been successful. They were averaging about a strikeout per inning. And they only have 1 through 3 1/3.
Bunt attempt for Nasanti, pulled back, pitch is called a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Nasanti grounded out to short in his first at-bat. As Courier looks at Carter Cross, now comes home. The 0-1 is hit out into right center field, ranging over the center fielder, and it will carry and hit off the wall out in right center field. Going into third is Carter Cross. Pulling into second is Lucas Nasanti. As it looked like the center fielder, Burek had a beat on it, but the ball just kept carrying all the way out to the right center field wall. And now there's 2 runners in scoring position with just 1 out in the top of the 4th inning.
Well, it seems like the ball is traveling far here at Montgomery Field. As what looked like a fly ball from Lucas Nasanti just kept on carrying all the way to the 345 mark down in right center field. And then it just hits the fence and drops down to the wall. Impressive hitting for the Copperheads.
So now an RBI chance for Daniel Cruz. He flies that one out to deep center field, backing up the center fielder Burich, and it will get over the wall for a homer. Daniel Cruz blasts one out towards the 370 sign in center field, a 3-run shot, and it's a 4-0 Copperheads lead.
Well, we saw Daniel Cruz in batting practice knock one over around 328, possibly around 360, depending on where that ball landed out and left. But that was batting practice. He has yet to do that in a game until this point. Cruz has been one of the hotter bats for the Copperheads this season, and he just is on fire after that one.
Jumps on the first pitch in from Courier and drives it all the way out to center field to the deepest part of the yard as the first pitch in the Scot Combs is taken for a ball. But now 2 Copperheads hit their first homers of the season so far in this one as Cesaro went yard back in the 3rd inning, and now Daniel Cruz has his first on the season. It's 3 RBIs as the 1-0 into Scot Combs is fouled back 1-1.
Well, the pieces were always there for the Copperheads. They haven't seen the success yet this season. They've gotten 4th best in the league for hits, but just not timely hitting.
1-1 into Combs, bounces in the dirt for a ball, 2-1. But as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Connor, we saw Cruz showing some power in BP. As a 2-1 in the Combs is taken up high for a ball, now 3-1, but an impressive display of power on that swing.
I mean, you can't hit it further than he hit it. All the way dead center field, 370.
As now the 3-1 in the Scot Combs is up and outside for a ball. So that'll be the second walk issued by Courier in the inning. And the train keeps rolling for the Copperheads. Now another run first with still only 1 out in the inning.
Well, a good moment to check on your pitcher here. Giving up some hard contact, gave up the double, gave up the home run. It was almost back-to-back home runs, but still the same results as Cruz came in to score on the home run, knocked in Nasanti and Carter Cross. You always want to check on and see, you know, is your pitcher rattled? Can he settle down and try to get out of the inning? All he needs is 2 more outs to get out of the top of the 4th.
So the meeting is over. On the homer, it was RBIs 4, 5, and 6 for Daniel Cruz so far on the season, as he has made a huge impact ever since joining just a couple weeks ago, as he wasn't on the original roster. Added on later by Coach Dunphy, and he has to be ecstatic about the production he's got from Daniel Cruz. First pitch into Tanner Glass is taken for a strike, 0-1.
Well, it's not every day that you can have a middle infielder hit for power and for average, especially a shortstop such as Cruz, who's now even shifted over towards third.
As the 0-1 is fouled over the press box by Glass, and he's quickly down in the count, 0-2 now to Courier. As this is the most runs Courier has given up in a start so far this season. The 0-2 chased by Glass in the dirt, strike 3. blocked by the catcher. Kitty staying at first is Scot Combs, and there's 2 outs now in the inning.
2 outs. Runner at first
Just a
base.
ball that Glass, had eyed up. Thought he was going to get fastball, just couldn't barrel it up.
You'll see if Phil Glasser can keep the rally going for the Copperheads as he digs in. First pitch into him, taken up at the eyes for a ball, 1-0. Glasser struck out his last time up. He was the first strikeout victim for Courier in the ball game. As the 1-0 is catch number 3, has held hitless in the past couple ball games. He takes that pitch for a ball, 2-1. Scot Combs leads off first, 3 runs in the inning. And the 2-1 is taken up high by Glasser, and he's up now 3-1. As Courier threatening to walk his 3rd batter this inning. As Courier kicks and deals a 3-1 in the Glasser. He takes a big rip at it, fouls it back into the screen. And now run the count full, so Scot Combs should be going on the pitch with a full count and 2 away.
Well, again, every time that Glasser comes to the plate, might as well just put up 3-2 on the board. Always works himself a full count.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Scot Combs going. Pitch is taken on the outside corner for a strike. Glasser thought it might have been high and outside, but home plate umpire Brent Kreider calls strike 3, and that'll end the inning. But a 3-run homer off the bat of Daniel Cruz pushes the Copperheads lead out to 4-0 as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning. You were listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Men players, if you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call at 594-8385.
Hey, I'm Scot Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Oliver Campbell and
I'm Sebastian
Fan and Jared Hunt all due up for the Mariners in the inning. First pitch into Campbell's taken low for a ball, 1-0. Copperheads lead the Mariners 4-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning as the 0-1 pitch is swung and fouled in a jump over the ball by the Mariners' first base coach. As he avoids getting hit. 1-1 count now into Campbell. As Iverson kicks and deals a 1-1 taken just below the knees for a ball. 2-1. Copperheads added 3 runs in the top of the inning on a 3-run homer to dead center field by Daniel Cruz as the 1-1, excuse me, the 2-1 foul down the first baseline diving attempt from Tanner Glass to no avail. The ball is called foul. And it'll be a 2-2 count into Campbell. As Iverson back on the rubber. Winds up. The 2-2 pitch. Popped up in foul ground. Ranging goes Daniel Cruz. Thinks he has room, and he makes the catch.
Attacking the strike zone. Doesn't let the batters breathe at all. Just keeps on punching them in there. And they're not able to do any damage against him. Just a couple fly ball outs. A couple ground outs. A couple strikeouts. Pitching effectively here today.
Well, a guy who did do some damage against him is the guy in the box right now, Noah Thigpen. Digs in, first pitch in him to strike. Roped the double down the left field line his first at-bat. One of the 3 hits so far, given up by Iverson as that ball is lined hard out towards Cesaro at second base. He fields it on the hop, makes the throw over to Tanner Glass at first base for the easy play, and 2 quick outs for Iverson in the bottom of the 4th inning. That's what you love to see after your offense gives you 3 more runs to add on to your lead, and you come in, you get 2 quick outs in the bottom half of the inning.
Especially coming back to get Thigpen, who drove it down the line, down left. Get him to hit it hard, but right at someone. Got to be feeling good for Zach Iverson.
First pitch into Jared Hunt. He's out in front of it. Swings and misses. 0-1. Hunt had a sacrifice bunt in his first at-bat, as he swings and misses at the 0-1 pitch and quickly finds himself behind in the count 0-2. As Iverson looking to make quick work of the Mariners here in this inning. He winds up. The 0-2 pitch is fouled down towards the Copperheads dugout on the third base line. So Jared Hunt will earn himself another pitch in this at-bat. Still 0-2 is the count. Iverson looking for his 3rd punch out. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So it's a 1-2-3 inning now for Zach Iverson, picking up his 3rd strikeout on the outing, as the Copperheads still lead it 4-0 going into the top of the 5th inning, looking to add on to their lead. You were listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver.
Hi, this is Thomas Cesaro from Lee University, and you're listening to Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the 5th and top of the order. Duo for the Copperheads, Thomas Cesaro, Sebastian Fabic, and Chris Gambert as they look to build on this 4-0 lead. In the top of the 5th inning, Thomas Cesaro, 2 for 2, had an infield single in his first at-bat and blasted a solo shot to left center field as last time up to start the scoring for the Copperheads. First pitch into him is a called strike 0-1. As it was Cesaro's first homer on the year, as the 0-1 is taken low for a ball 1-1. As well as his first homer was Cesaro's 6th RBI as he swings through the 1-1 fastball for a strike, 1-2. As Courier still on the mound for the Mariners. Here comes a 1-2 and Cesaro. He reaches for it, pokes it out into left field over the head of the shortstop, and that's going to be a leadoff single for Thomas Cesaro. Cesaro having a day early on in this one, 3 for 3 in his first 3 trips to the plate. And now Sebastian Fabic will dig in with the leadoff man on first base.
Number 22, Sebastian Fabic.
Just a nice piece of hitting from Cesaro. Throws a bat at it, tries to barrel it up. He does, and dunks it right into left.
So Sebastian Fabic digs in. He's 1 for 2 on the day. As Fabic had a single in the right field in his first at-bat, is also grounded out to short. Pickoff attempt to Cesaro. He dives back easily. No tag from the first baseman, Campbell. The Copperheads now have 5 hits through the first 5 innings. This one off Courier. First pitch into Fabic, taking on the low outside corner for a strike, 0-1. As Fabic came into today's game 4th in the GLSCL in batting average, as he has continued to impress through the early part of this Copperhead season. As the 0-1 into him, Cesaro goes, pitch swung on and foul down towards the first base coaching box. Little skip to my Lou by Michael Blatchford at first base to avoid the ball. And Fabic's down in the count 0-2.
Well, you got to be careful anytime that Fabic or Gambert's at the plate because they can really put a charge into the ball. Blatchford's got to continue to watch out.
The 0-2 to Fabic. Zero not running this time. Grounds at the first base. Fired on the second for the first out. Back to first is not in time. So it's a fielder's choice for Sebastian Fabic. They get the lead man at second base and one out now in the top of the fifth.
Now Fabic running hard out of the box, making sure it wasn't going to be turned into a double play.
Bring up the number 3 hitter and designated hitter for the Copperheads. Number 25.
Tries to keep a big inning alive.
So Gambert digs in with a runner on first, one away. Gambert DHing in this game. He's 0 for 2 so far. First pitch into him taken low for a ball, 1-0. Gambert grounded to a double play in the first inning, then grounded one back to the mound his last time up. As he's coming off GLSCL Player of the Week honors this past week, as he's unable to keep the hands back on that one, as it's a swing ruled by home plate umpire Brett Kreider. And it's a 1-1 count now to Gambert. As Cummings set his career, Fabic goes on the pitch. Gambert chops it down to third. Fielded by the third baseman, throw on to first, pulls him off the bag. And he will be safe at first base. You would think third baseman Thigpen will be slapped with an error on that one as a throw pulled first baseman Oliver Campbell off the bag, and now there's runners on first and second with one out.
Well, it looks like it'll be scored as a hit, as even though the throw was a little offline, Cameron busting it down the line and picks up a hit today, according to the scoreboard.
So Carter Cross now comes in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk, as he takes a big swing at the first pitch in from Courier and comes up empty, 0-1. Cross walked in his last at-bat, came in to score on the Daniel Cruz 3-run homer. As the 0-1 in the cross, taken above the letters for a ball, 1-1. So Fabic off second, Chris Gambert off first. Here comes the pitch in from Courier, taken in the dirt, blocked by the catcher. Runners stay put, 2-1 count now to Carter Cross. So coming set, Courier at the belt. Deals from the stretch, a 2-1 in the Carter Cross is popped up high into right field. Coming in as the right fielder, he will make the two-handed catch, not tagging his Fabic. He will stay at second as Hunt throws it back into the infield. 2 outs now in the top of the fifth.
2 men out, 2 men aboard.
Carter Cross just trying to put the ball in play, make something of it. Just got under a little bit, flew it out to right field for the out.
So now it's Lucas Nasanti. He's 1 for 2, roped the double to the wall his last time up. So he'll look to replicate that, pick up an RBI this time around. First pitch into him, taken on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. As Nasanti, that was his second double on the season, as well as his second extra base hit. As the 0-1 is taken up high for a ball, 1-1. As Nasanti out of Youngstown State, him and Phil Glasser, the 2 Penguins on the roster for the Copperheads. As a 1-1 pitch into him is swung and fouled back over the backstop. And Nasanti will be down in the count, 1-2. So 2 runners on, 2 out in the top of the fifth inning. Copperheads looking to add on to their 4-0 lead, as homers from Cesaro and Cruz have been how all 4 runs have came in. It was a solo shot for Cesaro, as the pitch from Nasanti is swung on and missed. 4 strike 3, tagged by the catcher Kitty.
Southern Ohio,
and just threatening to add more runs, the Copperheads will strand 2 in the top of the fifth inning. Heading to the bottom of the fifth, Zach Iverson stays on the hill for the Copperheads, looking to continue to blank the Mariners when we come back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
It's Donald Stone, Carson Eddy, and Cole Kitty all due up for the Mariners in this inning. As Zach Iverson now in for his 5th inning of work as he shut out the Mariners so far through the first 4. First pitch in to Stone is a strike, 0-1. Stone 0 for 1. The DH grounded out the third in his first at-bat. He's way out in front of that pitch as Iverson got him to chase it out of the zone and quickly up in the count, 0-2. Iverson, the 0-2, swung on and missed as Scot Combs picks it out of the dirt. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Iverson. Going back to the bottom of the 4th inning. 4th strikeout on the day, 1 away now in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, once Iverson starts getting his strikeout pitch working, you got to watch out because he's been dangerous out on the mound all season long.
Iverson had 8 strikeouts in his last outing. As first pitch in to Carson Eddy's taken just outside for a ball, 1-0. Second pitch catches the outside corner this time, 1-1 now to Carson Eddy. As Iverson looks in, gets a sign from Scot Combs. Here comes the 1-1, grounded out towards second base. Eaten up by Cesaro, fires it on to first in time. And 2 away now in the top of the 5th, as that is now 6 in a row retired by Iverson, going all the way back to the 3rd inning. And Cole Kitty digs in, looking to start a 2-out rally.
Well, before the game today, I was taking a look at the fielding percentages. And for the Copperheads, they're second best in the league, only have 11 errors on the season.
First pitch in, the Kitty's a called strike, 0-1.
So anything in the field, more likely than not, is going to be turned into an out.
The 0-1 fired in the Kitty, taken just below the knees for a ball, 1-1.
Gives Zach Iverson a lot of confidence out there to know that his defense behind him is backing him up.
1-1 fouled over the press box, down the first base line, well out of play. And Iverson's now ahead in the count, 1-2, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Copperheads leading it 4-0. As the 1-2 taken up and inside by Kitty. And the count will run even at 2-2. As Iverson looks to set down 7 straight batters, a 2-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. He got him on the changeup out in front. As now 5 strikeouts for Zach Iverson through the first 5 innings. As he continues to mow down this Mariners lineup. It's Copperheads 4, Mariners nothing. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ball Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.ballgreenmortine.com.
You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperhead.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
The Gems so far through the first 5 innings. The Copperheads lead it 4-0. Iverson's only given up 3 hits through the first 5 innings. First pitch in now to Daniel Cruz from Josh Cures, taking up high for a ball, 1-0. Cruz 1 for 2. He launched a 3-run homer out to center field his last time up for his first homer on the season as he grounds the 1-0 pitch to the third baseman, fired on the first. Throws a little low, but dug out by the first baseman Campbell. And Daniel Cruz will be retired this time around, 1 away now in the top of the 6th.
Now Cruz is going back, shaking his head right now. He know he missed the pitch, just a little bit rolled over towards third. But he has a little breathing room today. Hit the 3-run homer. Should have a little smile on his face, right?
Yeah, you know these baseball guys, man. They want to hit every time up. As Scot Combs swings to the first pitch, lines it out into right field for a base hit. So now Combs, 1 for 2 on the day, and a 1-out base runner for Tanner Glass.
Well, still waiting for Glass to kind of show up and make his big impact on the team, kind of a late addition, so we're still learning.
The first pitch in the Glass is lined down the right field line, hooking foul. And it will be a foul ball, 0-1.
Still learning about all the guys, what they like to do, how they like to hit. So Glass is one of these new guys we're still figuring out.
Tanner Glass out of Southern Wesleyan University as he checks his swing on that pitch, fouls it off home plate, and it rolls behind him for a foul ball. 0-2 now to Glass, as Glass is 0 for 2 on the day. He has grounded out to short and struck out in his 2 plate appearances. As Courier comes set at the belt. Not a big lead from Scot Combs. Here comes the 0-2 in the Glass. It gets away from the catcher in the dirt. As the pitch of the ball, Scot Combs moves up to second base. And now a runner in scoring position with just 1 away for Tanner Glass with a 1-2 count.
Well, Glass now with a runner in scoring position will look to knock him in.
As 1-2 in the Glass, lined out in the left field. It will drop for a base hit, being held up at third as Scot Combs, but it gets away from the left fielder and keeps rolling. So Combs will be waved in. He'll come in to score. Tanner Glass pulls into second base. As at first, Scot Combs was being held up by Coach Dunphy at third base, but the ball gets away from the left fielder, Sean Dixon. And pulling into second, Tanner Glass. And the Copperheads extend the lead to 5-0 in the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, as soon as the ball got under the glove of Dixon out and left, Dunphy sees it, sends Combs. And normally catchers aren't really fleet of foot, but when the ball's still in the outfield, you got to send them.
First pitch a strike into Phil Glasser now. So it should be a single and an error on Sean Dixon. The Copperheads extend the lead to 5. The 0-1 into Phil Glasser. Called outside for a ball, 1-1. Glasser 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts so far in the ballgame.
Well, already on his way to trying to get his full count worked.
1-1 pitch taken outside for a ball, 2-1. As Glasser will look to keep the train rolling and turn it back over the top of the order. 2-1 to Glasser. Taking on the outside corner for a strike, 2-2. Copperheads now have 8 hits through the first 6 innings of the ball game. As you mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Connor, 4th in the league in hits coming into today's game, as the 2-2 cut on and foul back into the screen by Phil Glasser, and he'll earn himself another pitch in this AB. As Courier comes set at the belt. kicks and deals a 2-2 to go after. Fly ball out into center field, camped under it. It's center fielder Burek. He will make the catch, fire it back in. Staying put is Tanner Glass. But Phil Glasser flies out to center field, and now 2 outs in the inning for Thomas Cesaro.
The leadoff hitter and second baseman, number 9, Thomas Cesaro.
Cesaro's had a big day so far, 3 for 3. Couple of singles, had a solo homer back in the 3rd inning. That started the scoring for the Copperheads. His first home run on the season, as first pitch into him is bounced and blocked by the catcher Kitty. 1-0. As pitch into Cesaro is taken at the letters. He thought it was a little bit high, but it will be a strike. 1-1. 1-1 pitch to Cesaro is lined towards the first baseman, makes a diving stop, knocks it down, flips it on to first, and it's not in time. The pitcher covering could not reach. So should be an infield single there for Cesaro, as Oliver Campbell to make a diving stop at first base and knock the ball down. Moving up to third is Tanner Glass, and now there's runners at the corners with 2 outs for Sebastian Fabic. Now the 4th hit on the day for Thomas Cesaro.
Well, Cesaro is breaking out big here in today's game. Even though 2 of his hits haven't left the infield, he's finding a little luck here today. Luck mixed with his talent brings that batting average up.
Now Fabic digs in, takes a big rip at the first pitch fastball, but comes up empty, 0-1. As Courier looking to work his way out of this jam and limit the damage. The 0-1 in the Fabic taken outside for a ball, 1-1. Fabic's 1 for 3 on the day, had a single back in the 1st inning, is also ground out to short and reached on a fielder's choice in his last at-bat, as the 1-1 into him is taken inside. He bends out of the way of it, and he'll be up in the count now, 2-1. As a 2-1 now into Sebastian Fabic. He will ground it towards shortstop, flip it on to second base for the force out. And that will retire the side in this inning, but not before. Scott Combs comes around to score on a Tanner Glass single into left field to push the Copperheads lead out to 5-0 over the Mariners, as Zach Iverson comes out for his 6th inning of work. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. She is celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. First pitch of the inning into the 9-hitter Thomas Eitner, taken for a strike, 0-1. As Zach Iverson, now in his 6th inning of work. As the pitch by Eitner is taken low for a ball, 1-1. Only 2 hits surrendered by Iverson so far. As 1-1 pitch taken for a called strike, 1-2. As Iverson has retired the last 7 batters he's faced, going back to the 3rd inning. As 1-2 pitch bounces in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Combs, taken by Eitner. And he'll work an even count at 2-2.
Well, you just have to be amazed at what Zach Iverson has been able to do. He didn't come onto this roster thinking that he was going to pitch, but because of the pitching shortage, manager Austin Dunphy asked around and said, hey, who else can pitch or who would be willing? And Iverson raised his hands.
The 2-2 taken just below the knees for a ball, and something we haven't seen very often from Iverson today, a full count into the 9-hitter Eitner, as here comes a payoff pitch. It's taken high and inside for a ball, so the leadoff walk, first one issued by Iverson in the ball game, and the leadoff man is on as the lineup turns over to Jared Burek, the leadoff hitter.
That'll bring up Grand Lake's leadoff hitter and center fielder, number 10, Jared Burek.
As just the 4th walk surrendered by Iverson so far on the season. As pitch into Burek will be a called strike, 0-1. Burek 1 for 2 as one of the 2 hits for the Mariners in this game. Had a single back in the 3rd inning. It's also flown out to right field. Let's pitch into him, take it for a ball, throw down to first by Scot Combs. Checking on the runner Eitner, not in time as he slides back in safely. And it'll be a 1-1 count to Burek. As Iverson now working out of the stretch, something he hasn't had to do very often in this ball game. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss as he blows a fastball right by Burek. And he's down in the count now, 1-2. As Iverson comes set, not a big lead at first from Eitner. The 1-2 took something off it, but it will stay low, and Burek takes it for a ball, 2-2.
Yeah, breaking ball just missed low. Got to raise it up a little bit more. Just drop it into the low half of the strike zone.
Iverson kicks and deals a 2-2 into Burek. Pitch is called a ball, gets away from the catcher Combs. And moving down to second base is Eitner. As not sure what happened to Scot Combs on that one, as that one might be scored a pass ball. It looked like it hit him right in the glove, just gets away from him. But now the runner moves up into scoring position with nobody out. It's a full count now to Burek. As back-to-back full counts worked by the Mariners here in the bottom of the 6th. Here comes a pitch from Iverson, swing and chop towards Phil Glasser at short. He'll throw it on the first to get the out. Moving up the 3rd is Thomas Eitner. But the first out of the inning is recorded, and Burek is retired, and Sean Dixon now digs in with a runner on 3rd and 1 away in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, it's almost like the same situation, 1 out in the bottom of the 2nd inning where Jared Hunt had a sacrifice bunt. Noah Thigpen stood on 3rd base with 1 out. Iverson was able to work out of that jam.
So Sean Dixon digs in. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it back over the screen. Behind home plate, 0-1. Dixon has grounded out to short and struck out looking in his first 2 ABs in this game. As the 0-1 into him is taken outside for a ball, 1-1. As Iverson kicks and deals, 1-1 count, taken up and inside by Dixon at the 2-1 count. As some patience being shown by the Mariners in this inning, making Iverson work after the first 2 batters force full counts. Now Dixon up in the count, 2-1. Here comes a pitch, and he swings and pops it up. Scot Combs takes a peek, but that one will carry out of play. And Iverson evens up the count at 2. With 1 away, runner on 3rd, Copperheads leading the Mariners 5-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Well, the Mariners had to change up their strategy somehow. They're swinging a lot of pitches from Iverson, now just waiting back and letting the strikes come to them.
2-2 into Dixon is swinging fouled towards the 3rd base dugout. Protected by the netting are the Copperheads players as they still jump out of the way a little bit. But Dixon will see another pitch in this AB at 2-2.
The luxury they don't have at Bob Wren Stadium, that netting right in front of the dugout.
The 2-2 from Iverson into Dixon. Got him out in front of it, but he's still able to get a piece of the off-speed pitch from Iverson and stay alive in the at-bat. Iverson looking to strand that runner at third base. Here comes a 2-2 pitch into Dixon. Swings and fouls another pitch off. This one goes up and over the press box. And Dixon having himself an at-bat here with one away in the inning. As he came into the day batting .316 with 6 hits and 19 at-bats, a couple of doubles, 5 RBIs. Here comes a 2-2 from Iverson, taken at the knee, strike 3 called. So Iverson wins the battle. He gets his 6th strikeout on the ball game. Second time he struck out Dixon looking, and now 2 away with that runner still on third base.
Again, just a nice piece of pitching from Zach Iverson. Battled in the count, was able to freeze Dixon for the called strike.
So Oliver Campbell, the 3-hitter, digs in. First pitch into him, called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Campbell is 0 for 2, has flown out to left field and popped up in foul ground to the third baseman as he swings and fouls the 0-1 pitch over the third base dugout out of play. And Iverson quickly ahead 0-2, looking to strand another runner at third base and keep the shutout intact with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. As Iverson comes set. The 0-2 pitch, he deals and taken just outside. Good eye there from Campbell. And it'll be a 1-2 count now into him. But Iverson gets the ball back quickly back on the rubber, comes set. The 1-2 into Campbell is bounced. And a nice block there from the catcher Combs to keep that runner at third base. And it'll be a 2-2 count now to Oliver Campbell.
Combs have been really good behind the plate this season. Almost anything in the turf is going to be blocked and out in front of him.
So the count runs even at 2-2, 2 outs. Runner on third base. Copperheads holding a 5-0 lead over the Mariners. Zach Iverson kicks and deals a 2-2. And the count will remain 2-2. So Iverson trying to get through his 6th inning of work, keeping the shutout intact. The 2-2 pitch, again in the dirt. Another nice block there from Scot Combs. But Oliver Campbell battles back to work the count full. Now the 3rd full count for Zach Iverson in this inning. As here comes a payoff pitch into Oliver Campbell from Iverson. Swung on a miss, strike 3. So after having a runner on third with just 1 away in the inning, back-to-back punch-outs for Zach Iverson, numbers 6 and 7 on the start for him. And he keeps the shutout intact heading into the top of the 7th. Copperheads 5, Mariners nothing. Will be Connor Mills to finish out the ball game on the play-by-play duties when we return on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give them.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Back here in the top of the 7th inning, it's the Southern Ohio Copperheads 5, the Grand Lake Mariners nothing. As there'll be a new man out on the mound Tommy Seamer coming in to replace Josh Courier. Courier went 6 innings, allowed 10 hits, 5 runs, all were earned. Allowed 2 walks and struck out 4 Copperheads batters. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 here on the top of the 7th as the first pitch from Seamer is taken low and inside from Chris Gambert. Gambert today grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. Grounded back to the pitcher as he takes another pitch inside. 2 balls and no strikes. And then had a single, an infield single over the head of the third baseman Thigpen as he grounds one and caught. Line drive, caught right back to the pitcher, Tommy Seamer. Ball was hit hard, just right at the pitcher, right back up the middle. So 1 hard out.
Welcome to the ball game, Seamer. Throws a couple pitches, gets one lined right back at him. Testing out the reflexes right away as Gambert. He thought he had a single up the middle, but good reaction there from Seamer, and he makes the first of the inning.
So 1 out, top of the 7th, with the Copperheads leading the Mariners 5-0. First pitch swinging is Carter Cross. He grounds it foul along the third base side. Looks like there's a little motion out in the Copperheads bullpen as there's a 0-1 count to Carter Cross. The 0-1 is taken in for a called strike, 0-2. For Carter Cross today, he is 0 for 2. Ground out to short, fly out to right, and then walked in the 4th. From the windup, Tommy Seamer's ready, and the pitch is taken right down the middle, strike 3 called. Carter Cross goes down on 3 pitches.
We have 2 gone. We have nobody on. Stepping in the batter's box now.
First strikeout of the day for Tommy Seamer. The 5th strikeout overall. And again, the Copperheads, who have been averaging around 9 strikeouts per game, a strikeout per inning, have been doing what they can to try to cut down on that number. As now standing in at the plate is Lucas Nasanti with 2 outs. This first pitch to Nasanti is taken in for a called strike, 0-1. For Nasanti today, he is 1 for 3. Had a double in the 4th. Came around to score on the home run from Daniel Cruz as he watches one go down for a ball, 1-1. Nasanti also grounded out to short and struck out in the 5th. As this one is lined out into right center field, back at the wall. It is out. Oh, it's off the top of the fence. Almost out of here as it was at the top of the wall. Nasanti will come in, and the ball hits him on the top of the helmet as he stands on second base with a 2-out double here in the top of the 7th inning. Balls have been flying out of here at Montgomery Fields. And Lucas Nasanti nearly hits one the opposite way for a solo home run here in the game.
Well, that's almost the exact spot he hit the first double. And again, it kind of looked like a routine fly ball. It just kept carrying out the right center field, kind of like catching a jet stream out there. But it carries all the way to the wall. Now he has his 2nd double in the day, 3rd of the season, as the bats are coming alive in today's ball game.
First pitch swing, it's a foul ball over towards the left side down the third base line and over near the Copperheads bullpen. Daniel Cruz at the plate. Cruz was unhappy his last at-bat, but he should be happy about what happened in his middle at-bat today. A 3-run home run, somewhere around 380, 390 feet dead center fields. Impressive power from the third baseman and shortstop, Daniel Cruz. As a stolen base now, Lucas Nasanti will take 3rd, and he kind of face plants his way into 3rd as manager Austin Dunphy just pats him on the back. Nasanti just kind of coming up smiling as it's a 1-1 count to Daniel Cruz at the plate. Looks like Nasanti's all right as this one's taken high and inside to Daniel Cruz. 2 balls and 1 strike.
On the slide, it looked like he was about to flip over for a second as he had like all his weight on his front side and the feet were up in the air, but
it was like a belly flop.
He was able to stop himself, luckily.
2-1 count to Daniel Cruz from the stretch, Tommy Seamer, and this one will hit Cruz as he'll take a walk down to first. Daniel Cruz with the hit by pitch It's first and third as some chirping going on between the two. Cruz did not appreciate being hit by the pitch, but he will stand on first. Michael Blatchard gives him a pat on the back.
2 outs. Runners on the
Yeah,
corner.
taking some exception to that pitch on the inside corner that caught him. Actually, I mean, of course, he hit the homer early in the game. So there's always a suspicion when you get plunked later on if something was on purpose. But I think that pitch got away from Seamer. And Cruz a little upset he got plunked, obviously, but
Well, there's a swing and on the backswing. Scot Combs hits the catcher Kitty behind the plate. Scot Combs, a catcher himself, knows that that's one of the worst things that can happen to a catcher. As on the backswing, it hits him right in the back of the helmet. Taking one knee is Kitty. Scot Combs in disbelief right now in the right-hand batter's box. So he'll just stand with the pitcher, Tommy Seamer, right at the plate.
yeah, but I mean, everybody appears to be laughing down there, so I think he's going to be all right. Kind of a long swing there from Scot Combs and kind of catches him on the backswing, as you said, right on top of the head. But he's on his feet now, so hopefully he'll be able to continue in the ballgame.
Well, he seems to be smiling all right. They're doing a finger test, just moving and waving the finger around, seeing if the eyes can follow the motion, and just the eyes, as the finger has been pointed in all directions. North, south, east, west, northwest, southwest, whichever directions I might have missed. And it looks like the catcher Kitty might come out of this game. Kitty just standing behind home plate. And again, the manager for the Grand Lakes Mariners is talking to home plate umpire Brent Creeder. And in fact, it will be a catching change. So a new catcher will come into the game here in the top of the 7th inning with runners on the corners for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. 2 outs. Daniel Cruz on first, and over on third is Lucas Nasanti. Just to fill you in case you're just joining in, the catcher Kitty for the Grand Lake Mariners was hit in the back of the head on the backswing from Scot Combs.
50 cents. Ice cream
And coming out of the game will be Kitty, and we'll see if we can get a...
It looks like Logan Adams, number 18, is going to replace him.
to Logan Adams.
Now catching for the Mariners, number 18 from Dartmouth College, Logan Adams. Adams now catching.
So Adams will come in to catch. Tommy Seamer, as he'll take a couple pitches. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning with runners at the corners. A pitch from Seamer taken low. Daniel Cruz on the move. He'll take second on the defensive indifference. And now there are 2 runners in scoring position here in the top of the 7th inning. So Cruz is on second. Lucas Nasanti, he's on third. As the ball is fouled straight back to Scot Combs at the plate, he'll just pick it up himself and throw it back to the pitcher as if he hasn't done that at all today. Because Scot Combs is a catcher. He's done a lot of throwing back to the pitcher.
The catcher
today.
is the one that throws it back to the pitcher. You're right about that one.
That will be.
Astute observation.
Captain Obvious. 2-2 the count with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Scot Combs looking to keep the inning alive and knock in 2 RBIs as Tommy Seamer will take a step off the mound. Will now look in, and he's ready. From the windup, the 2-2 is ground ball, or this one swinging, line drive out into right field. That one gets down for a base hit. 2 runs will come around to score. Daniel Cruz in sliding. It's a 2 outs, 2 RBI single here for Scot Combs. Scot Combs able to get the job done here in the top of the 7th inning, extends the Copperheads lead. It's now the Southern Ohio Copperheads 7, the Grand Lake Mariners nothing.
Tanner Glass.
After a 3-game losing streak, getting swept by the Joes is exactly how the Copperheads wanted to answer, having a big day offensively. They put a touchdown and an extra point up on the scoreboard on the Mariners. Nice 2-out approach there by Combs to pick himself up a couple RBIs.
Tanner Glass will now be at the plate. Glass today is 1 for 3. Glass getting a single in the 6th as Seimer's pitch is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. But Tommy Seimer from Liberty Township, Ohio, and Bluffton University. This is his 2nd appearance on the season for the Mariners. He's only pitched 1 inning so far. Now it's 1 2/3 if you count the 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning, as the 2-0 is taken down the middle for a called strike, 2-1. In his last outing, only had 1 walk, but got 3 outs. Has not let up a hit until today's outing, where he gave up a double to Lucas Nasanti, who came around to score, as this one is flied out into right field back at the wall. Taking a couple steps in from the warning track and making the 2-hand grab will be the right fielder Hunt, and the side is retired. But up before, the Southern Ohio Copperheads tack on 2 here in the top of the 7th. A 2-out, 2 RBI single from Scot Combs, as we'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
7-0 in favor.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers and tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call at 594-8385.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Copperheads 7, Mariners nothing. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning. New man on the mound for the Southern Ohio Copperheads as he'll face the 4, 5, and 6 in the order for the Mariners. It's Nick Kaiser returning to the mound. He was in the last game against the Hamilton Joes, where he went 2 innings, allowed a run. It was earned, gave up 2 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Kaiser from Shawnee State University will look to continue on the successful pitching day that Zach Iverson left him. Iverson went 6, allowed 2 hits, no runs, as first pitch swinging is Noah Thigpen. That one goes out of play towards the right side and over the press box along the first base side. 0-1. But to finish up on Zach Iverson, Iverson only allowed 1 walk and struck out 7 in today's game. So the position player turned pitcher does it again today, as a swing and a fly ball over into shallow left field. Ranging back is a shortstop Glasser, but coming in to make the 2-hand grab is Carter Cross out and left. So Glasser travels quite the distance just to meet up with his teammate Carter Cross. 1 medium-sized out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, the outfielder usually the one expected to make those plays. Obviously, it's easier for them to come in than have the infielder turn their back and run all the way back. So Cross able to get a good read on it, comes in, calls Glasser off, and it's a easy first out in the inning.
First pitch strike to Jared Hunt. Hunt is 0 for 2 today. He had a sacrifice bunt, so he's 0 for 1. Sacrifice bunt in the second and then struck out in the fourth as he swings and fouls one back. No ball, it's in 2 strikes. We'll check that 1-1. For Nick Kaiser, as a swing and a miss. Now brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kaiser had a 5.44 ERA in 5 games appeared so far in the season. 9 innings pitched as a ball check swing went around, strike 3. Jared Hunt goes down swinging for the second time of the day. First strikeout for Nick Kaiser.
Yeah, he ran that fastball inside on him and tied him up at knots, unable to keep the hands back. And Kaiser coming in and doing the job out of the pen, throwing strikes, getting guys out. What you need to do when you have a lead this big.
8th strikeout on the season for Kaiser, as now he's first pitch off speed to Donald Stone, the designated hitter. Stone today, he was a strikeout victim as he's 0 for 2. Ball runs inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. For Stone, grounded out to third and struck out in the 5th. As now he grounds one over towards the shortstop, Glasser. Glasser to Glass and can't make the pick. Low throw error will be charged to Phil Glasser at short, as Tanner Glass could not make the pick and bail him out of the inning. So it'll be a 2-out error with a runner on base here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, Glasser just coming up a little short on the throw there, and Glass unable to dig it out, so there will be base run after all. But if you're Kaiser, not even worried about that. You got a 7-run lead. Just keep throwing strikes and letting them put the ball in play like you have been, and you know, good things will keep happening.
Nick Kaiser already has 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th as the first pitch was in for a called strike to Carson Eddy, the second baseman. Eddy 0 for 2 today as he swings and misses at the offering from Kaiser. Quickly ahead on the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. Kaiser looking for his 9th strikeout of the season and his 2nd strikeout of the day. The 0-2 is taken outside, ball 1. Should Carson Eddy extend the inning, he'll be Logan Adams on deck, as this one is swung on and grounded straight down. Might have clipped Combs a little bit. Combs appears to be all right. 0-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Runner on first base and Donald Stone. Stone reached by the error from the shortstop Glasser as the 1-2 ground ball over and through the hole on the left side. That gets in for a base hit. So it was planning on being a quick inning for Nick Kaiser. Now he's got runners on first and second base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th.
2 outs and 2 on. That'll bring up Grand Lake's catcher. He's from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Logan Adams does make a trip to the plate.
Dartmouth College in Hanover, New Hampshire. Number 18, Logan Adams.
For Logan Adams, batting .571 on the young season, has 12 hits and 21 at-bats. As Kaiser's first pitch is taken on the inside corner for a called strike. Oh, 1 count to Logan Adams from Knoxville, Tennessee. He's swinging, bouncing ball over towards third. Daniel Cruz will race Donald Stone to third and gets there in time to take it himself for the 3rd and final out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So Nick Kaiser able to work out of some 2-out trouble here in the bottom of the 7th as the Copperheads maintain a 7-0 lead over the Grand Lake Mariners. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
$75, Deanna Caudill. Congratulations, Deanna Caudill. You take home $7.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Hi, this is Thomas Cesaro from Lee University, and you're listening to Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the 8th inning. Copperheads 7, Mariners nothing. New man on the mound for the Grand Lake Mariners. Replacing Tommy Seymour will be Bradley Calhoun. Seymour today went an inning, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, both were earned. Did not allow a walk and struck out 1. As Bradley Calhoun will come in to pitch. First pitch swinging and dunking it into right field is Phil Glasser. So Glasser finally doesn't work himself a big at-bat. Sees the first pitch he likes and dunks it out into right field down the line for a single.
Yeah, that's a good piece of hitting there for Glasser. Picks up his first hit in a few days now, so hopefully he can take some momentum after that at-bat, you know. Start to string the base hits together, get that average working up, because we know what he can do in the field.
Or lineup has turned over now for the Copperheads as Thomas Cesaro takes the first pitch ball from Bradley Calhoun, and Calhoun from Troy, Ohio, and Otterbein College, where he was a sophomore. Sports a 3.31 ERA in 3 appearances this season. Cesaro bangs one right through the left side hole and in for a base hit. So Cesaro today, he's a perfect 5 for 5. The Mariners have not figured out what to do with Thomas Cesaro. Cesaro a single in the first, a home run in the third, singles in the 5th and 6th, and add one on here in the top of the 8th. 5 for 5 day for Cesaro. And now Sebastian Fabic comes to the plate.
Well, we know Cesaro is better than a 200 hitter like he has been hitting to start out the year, so we knew the breakout was coming out at some point, and you kind of see the, you know, the wheels are starting to turn for him.
First pitch in for a called strike to Fabic.
As big 5 for 5 days, definitely going to jump that average up a little bit.
Just a little. Might jump it up a whole lot. 0-1 count. The pitch into Fabic is swung on, and this one is lifted out into center field. Making one-hand catch is the center fielder Burek. And he throws it all the way to third. No tag by Phil Glasser at second. So 1 out here in the top of the 8th with runners on first and second base for the Southern Ohio Copperheads.
For Southern Ohio, number 25, Chris Gambert.
Chris Gambert now stands in for Gambert, grounded into a double play in the first. Had a ground ball right back to the pitcher, lined out to the pitcher, and had a single. He's 1 for 4 as the first pitch to Gambert is in for a called strike. 0-1. For Chris Gambert, he came into the day batting .364. So his batting average to take just a bit of a dip after the hot start, a really hot last couple weeks. Got off to a little bit of a slow start, but was really picked it up, earned Player of the Week honors last week, batting over .500 as an 0-2 count. Chris Gambert, the pitch is swung on and lifted out towards the right side. And foul territory, he had room. Tagging at first and second were Cesaro and Glasser. So Chris Gambert flies out to right in foul territory for the second outs here in the top of the 8th inning.
Runners at second and third. Brings up the cleanup hitter and left fielder, number 7, Carter Cross.
So Cesaro moved up, Glasser moves up. Second and third with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th, and now Carter Cross will try to get the job done. First pitch to Cross is a bit outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Carter Cross. And for Cross today, looking for his first hit. 0 for 3 as pitcher Calhoun steps off. Cross grounded out to short in the first. He walked in the 4th, came around to score on the home run from Daniel Cruz. Flew out to right field and struck out looking in his last at-bat as that pitch is in for a called strike, not 1-1. Carter Cross from Fairview, Pennsylvania, and the University of Nebraska, where he batted .220 as the pitch from Bradley Calhoun misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yep, team made the regionals of the College World Series before falling, but not a bad season for the Cornhuskers this year.
From the stretch, Calhoun misses low, ball 3. Anytime you're able to work your way into the NCAA tournament, it's been a successful season for that ball club. 3-1 the count. Calhoun from the stretch, he deals, taken right on the knees for strike 2. Counts run full with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Runners are on second and third with 2 outs. They will not be in motion, however, because nobody is on first. As Calhoun is ready, and the pitch. Swung on and popped up near us at the press box in foul territory. First baseman ranging under it and makes the one-hand grab. Campbell gets it in foul territory, and that's the 3rd and final out here in the top of the 8th inning. Copperheads 7, Grand Lake Mariners nothing.
Copperheads in the 8th.
Mariners come to the plate in the bottom half of the inning. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility, lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Austin Dunphy using 3 pitchers in a game. Hasn't really done this a whole lot during the season. Has tried to get the most out of his starters and out of his relievers. But 3 pitchers today is Reese Trahey will pitch in to Thomas Eitner, the shortstop. Eitner is 0 for 1 on the day. He struck out looking back in the 3rd. Reese Trahey comes in to replace Nick Kaiser as a fastball rides high, 2-0. Kaiser's day, he went an inning, allowed a hit, and struck out 1. No runs allowed. The 2-0 misses high. 3 balls and no strikes with nobody out here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. For Trahey, has a 13.12 ERA as he gets a called strike on a fastball. Not to the liking of Thomas Eitner, who had thrown his bat towards the home team dugout. Thought that the ball might have been a little high again.
That he did, and now he better be swinging if this ball's around the plate this time after kind of showing up the umpire a little bit on that 3-0 pitch.
From the windup, Trahey's pitch is taken down the middle for a called strike, and now the count is run full with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Copperheads 7, Grand Lake Mariners nothing. From the windup, Reese Trahey deals. Ball is low in the turf for ball 4. So after all that, it's a leadoff walk for Thomas Eitner. First walk allowed by Trahey, the 5th allowed on his season.
The leadoff hitter now steps in for Grand Lake with one out.
Yeah, Trey just got to forget about that guy on first base. You got a 7-run lead. You know, just settle down, throw strikes, let your guys make plays for you.
Top the lineup for the Grand Lake Mariners is Jared Burek is at the plate. Burek is 1 for 3 on the day. Had a single in the 3rd as the first pitch was in for a strike. Second pitch, line drive out into left center field. That'll get down for an extra base hit and maybe more. Ball is all the way down at the wall, picked up by one of the outfielders as left in center field. The relay throw to the plate, not in time. It's an RBI double for Jared Burey, and nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Grand Lake Mariners get on the board against Reese Trahey.
Nobody out, runner at second, run comes home, makes it 7-1.
Yeah, that ball was absolutely smoked by Burek up the alley. Nothing that either of the outfielders could do to get there besides played off the wall as they get their first run of the game. But, you know, no hurt if you're out there on the mound. If you're Trahey, you know, you still got a 6-run lead. You just got to keep throwing strikes.
First pitch was a called strike to Sean Dixon. Now a ground ball up the middle, fielded by the shortstop Glasser to Glass in time for the first down. But the runner moves from second to third. Jared Burek is on third, and now there's one out.
Yeah, that's exactly what you got to do. No, it doesn't matter that guy moved up to third base. His run means nothing at this point. 7-1, 7-2, not really that big of a difference. So you get an out there. Now you have that first out of the inning and just, you know, keep firing in strikes.
Trahey's pitch from the stretch is swung on and found straight back off the bat of Oliver Campbell. Campbell today is 0 for 3. Couple of fly outs. One to left field, one to third in foul territory, and then struck out in the 6th as he's off his front foot here, swinging. 0-2 counts with one out here in the bottom of the 8th, and the Copperheads have a 7-1 lead. The 0-2 bounced in the dirt for ball number 1. Third pitching appearance on the season for Reese Trahey. As 1-2 is a ground ball over towards the second base, taking on a couple hops. The throw from Cesaro to Glass is in time for the second out. It'll be an RBI ground out for Oliver Campbell. As the second run comes in to score here in the bottom of the 8th inning. But bases are clear. 2 outs, bottom 8. Noah Thigpen at the plate. Thigpen today is 1 for 3 as the first pitch from Trahey is low for ball 1. Thigpen doubled in the second, had the first hit off of Zach Iverson, who's in line for the win as that pitch is in for a called strike. 1-1. Grounded out to second and flew out to left as he watches another fastball go by. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Reese Trahey looking to pick a strikeout up. From the windup, Trahey shakes off the catcher Combs. Will go to his chin, rub off a little sweat. And now, I guess because he might have went to his chin, maybe he could have licked his hand or something. Not sure, but home plate umpire Brent Kreider didn't like it and will switch the ball out. Count remains at 1-2. Trahey does not go to his mouth this time as the pitch is taken high for ball 2. So I think that's the first time I've seen that happen in summer collegiate ball. As the 2-2 is swung on and driven out into right field, back of the wall, and making the basket catch is Sebastian Fabic, all the way back on the warning track before he hits the wall. Gets the third and final outs. So Reese Trahey comes in, allows 2 runs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. But the Southern Ohio Copperheads still hold a 7-2 lead as we enter into the top of the 9th. We'll be back on the Southern Ohio Copperheads Media, presented by Ohio Health.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor.
I'm Sebastian Fabic from Cincinnati, Ohio, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Ninth inning here at Montgomery Field in Salina, Ohio. Lucas Nasanti, Daniel Cruz, and Scot Combs all due up as the Copperheads hold a 7-2 lead over the Mariners. As first pitch swinging is Lucas Nasanti. Nasanti has hit the ball as far as he could, but just could not get it over the wall. 2 doubles in the same exact spot as another swing and a foul back over the screen. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody out here on the top of the 9th. Nasanti with doubles in the 4th and the 7th. Grounded out to short in the 2nd and struck out in the 5th. Remaining on the mound is Bradley Calhoun, as the 0-2 is a ground ball up the middle. Backhand play by the second baseman, Eddie, but he does not get up to make the throw. Impressive to get there in the middle and knock it down and keep it in the infields. But it'll go down as an infield single.
Well, even if he gets to his feet to make the throw, I don't think he's throwing out Lucas Nasanti. Very fleet of foot up the baseline is Nasanti, and he looked like he wanted that infield single all the way out of the box. So heck of an effort. But Nasanti still on first with the single.
So Nasanti on first, Daniel Cruz at the plate. Cruz was hit by a pitch last time up. Did not draw favor to that as he lines one out into left field, but right where the left fielder Dixon is, as Dixon throws it back into the shortstop Eitner. 1 out here in the top of the 9th.
At the concession stand, $1 for a hamburger, brat, and hot dog while they last.
Ball game has gone on for a little under 2 hours right now. Pace of play has been quick thus far. Scot Combs is the batter at the plate as he's first pitch swinging, and a ground ball over up the line towards third, but it goes left of the bag and foul. So Scot Combs down to the count, no balls and 1 strike. For Combs today, back-to-back singles, has 2 RBIs on his last single in the 7th. Came around to score in the 6th on a Tanner Glass single. First time facing Bradley Calhoun. As the pitch is checked on over at first for Lucas Nasanti. Count remains 0-1. Swing and a miss by Scot Combs brings the count to 0-2. Bradley Calhoun came in the 8th inning. Did not allow a run. As Calhoun from the stretch, he deals in on the move as Lucas Nasanti. He'll try to get into a rundown, or he was slowing down, but instead of running all the way through and sliding into the bag, he slowly slid in to second base. Maybe he thought it was a foul ball.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. maybe he thought the ball got away because nobody was yelling down or anything, but it started kind of pull up right before he got to second base there, and then at the last second when he realized the ball was coming, tried to slide, but pretty odd play there.
Scot Combs fouls one off. Remains at the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. Or 1 ball and 2 strikes. As it was a ball that the catcher Adams was able to throw out Lucas Nasanti for the second out here in the top of the 9th inning. 1-2 to Scot Combs is taken low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And for Combs, he walked in the 4th, grounded out to short in the 2nd, and had singles in the 6th and 7th, picking up 2 RBIs on the day. Calhoun's pitch is another swing and a foul ball straight back to the nets. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count to Scot Combs. As Combs looks to continue battling and extend the inning here in the top of the 9th. As a 2-2 is another foul ball. And the count remains.
Yep, Combs getting his money's worth at what could be his last at-bat in the game, fighting off pitches left and right, hanging in there. Trying to keep this inning alive with 2 away, maybe spark a rally out onto this 5-run lead.
The 2-2 taken outside, ball 3. So it's a Phil Glasser-esque at-bat for Scot Combs. Works the full count. 3-2, 2 outs, top of the 9th. Calhoun's pitch, another foul ball. Combs staying alive. Copperheads scoring in multiple innings of today's game in the 3rd, the 4th, the 6th, the 7th. As a 3-2 driven out into left field, but right at the left fielder Dixon for the 3rd and final out in the top of the 9th. It's the Copperheads 7, the Grand Lake Mariners 2. Bottom of the 9th inning coming right up on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proud.
Hey, I'm Scot Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Bottom of the 9th, Copperheads looking to pick up their first win in a while, as the last win for the Copperheads was against the Cincinnati Steam on June 13th. Copperheads got swept by the Hamilton Joes and are looking to pick up the first game in interdivision conference play between the Grand Lake Mariners at the Mariners Field, Montgomery Field. Colin Sells, the new man out on the mound, as his first pitch a little bit high for a ball to Jared Hunt. It'll be Jared Hunt, Donald Stone, and Carson Eddy all due up here in the bottom of the ninth inning, with the Copperheads leading 7-2. Ground ball over towards middle, and that gets through for a base hit. First hit of the day for Jared Hunt. 1 for 3 day for Hunt, as the first man gets on base here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Colin Sells comes in to replace Reese Trahey. Trahey went an inning, allowed a hit, 2 runs, both were earned, a walk, and no strikeouts. Sells now pitching from the stretch. Will deal into Donald Stone, a little low and away for ball 1. 1-0 the count with nobody out here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Colin Sells looked to come in and shut the door, pick up the Copperheads' 5th victory on the season, as fastball's in for a called strike. 1-1. Sells checking in on the runner at first, Jared Hurd. Now comes set. And he's ready. The pitch into Stone's a fastball on the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Colin Sells looking to pick up his first strikeout of the day. One and two the count. Sells gets his signs from Combs. The 1-2 taken high for ball 2. For Colin Sells on the season from Ohio University, a 2.86 ERA, and has been the unfortunate benefactor of 3 losses. Not necessarily his fault, as 1-2 is taken in for a called strike 3. First out here in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, after allowing the single good comeback there from Sells, firing the fastball right by Stone there, as you mentioned. Kind of had a couple tough losses so far this season, where he's had, games where he's come in and unearned runs have scored, and, he has an 0-3 record, but still that 2.86 ERA. So Sells have been pretty reliable out of the pen early on, and he's showing it again here tonight.
First pitch in for a called strike to Carson Eddy. Eddy is 1 for 3 today. Flew out to center field, grounded out to second, and had a single in his last at-bat in the 7th inning. There's a runner on first base for the Grand Lake Mariners, as the 0-1 is swung on and found straight back from Eddy. Brings the count to no balls and 2 strikes now. On first is Jared Hunt. He had a single right back up the middle. But Colin Sells looking to close the door and secure the victory for the Copperheads here today. Sells is ready. Takes his time. And the 0-2 is swung on and fouled straight back, but this one catches a bit of the catcher, Scot Combs. Goes down to a knee a little bit. Might have gotten where a shin protector was not protecting.
I think he appears to be holding his arm. I think he got fouled up.
They're fouled right back to the arm. And Combs just appears to be nursing that, what appears to be the left arm. So not throwing arm for Scot Combs, as a foul ball went off of his left arm.
Yeah, just hits him flush right on like the forearm area. Obviously no protection there for the catcher in that spot, as it gets him Thomas Azaro coming down to make sure he's okay.
Teammates from last year's GLSCL title season.
Of course, Azaro in his one post-game interview talked about how him and Combs are like best friends from last year's team, and they're really excited to be playing together again this year.
Azaro appears to be loose over at second base, dancing around with the shortstop Glasser, as Scott Combs is recuperated, ready to get back into it. 0-2 count with 1 out. The pitch from Colin Sells misses outside. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes now. For Colin Sells, his last time out was June 14th. Went 2/3 of an inning, allowing 1 run. It was earned, giving up the 2 hits. As now the 1-2. Fly ball into the glove of the shortstop Glasser. The throw to first, in time, double play. And the ball game is over. The Southern Ohio Copperheads pick up a 7-2 victory here at Montgomery Field in Selenia, Ohio. Copperheads getting their first victory since they beat the Cincinnati Steam back on June 13th. Copperheads are now 5-8 on the season. Dropped the Grand Lake Mariners down to 4-5. Picking up the win today for the Copperheads is Zach Iverson, who went 6 innings, allowing only 2 hits, no runs, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. And on the receiving end of a loss is Josh Courier, who went 6 innings, allowing 10 hits, 5 runs, all were earned. Gave up 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. A dominant pitching performance from Zach Iverson today. The bats came around, got timely hitting. The bats exploded today with some extra base hits, some home runs, and everything seemed to click for the Copperheads here today.
Yeah, 15 hits is what they finished the night with, and Coach Dunn before the game was talking about, you know, we don't have to be a home run hitting ball club. We can just pick up a lot of base hits, and, you know, when you hit the ball hard all over the field, the home runs, the extra base hits, they come. But, you know, just a great job by the Copperheads. They putting the ball in play, not striking out as much as they have been. And, you know, of course, just another great pitching performance from Zach Iverson. He's really impressed through his first 3 starts this season. Gave him a chance to win it. Copperheads were able to hold on after they put 7 runs up. And, you know, the bullpen in the back half, despite Trey giving up a couple runs in the 8th inning, you know, always felt like they had this one in hand. So it's a good win, and hopefully can spark a kind of some momentum as we haven't won back-to-back games yet this year. So, you know, you want to come back tomorrow, take 2 from this team, and, you know, keep building from there.
Copperheads snapped their 3-game losing streak, pick up a win today against the Grand Lake Mariners. For the Copperheads, 7 runs on 15 hits, 1 error. Grand Lake Mariners, 2 runs on 5 hits and 1 error of their own. Winning pitcher again, Zach Iverson, losing Josh Courier. It's the Copperheads 7, the Grand Lake Mariners 2 will be back in action here at Montgomery Field tomorrow at 7:05. For Joey Medora, this is Connor Mills signing off. We'll see you tomorrow.